What's new, crew? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Cassandra. Today we're doing a good old-fashioned get it all done with me. We are catching up after the holidays. This is the first day back into like a normal schedule. Big kids are back at school and we had grocery shopping to do because it's the first of the month. So this morning my kids slept in. It was a really odd experience for me because it never happens, but I'm going to take it. So while my kids were still sleeping, after I had gotten the big kids on the bus, I went ahead and worked on a couple loads of laundry that was left over kind of from the holidays, just trying to get caught back up a little bit because I knew that this day was going to be really busy because the beginning of the month, my days are usually spent mostly around once a month grocery shopping, going into Aldi, doing my grocery hauls, filming those, of course, for YouTube, and then heading into Walmart, getting my Walmart order taken care of. And it does take a day or two of my time in the beginning of the month, but the best part is once it's done, it's completely done. It doesn't take any mental energy from me for the rest of the month. It doesn't take any physical time from me for the rest of the month, and it is so well worth it. And that's kind of what we're doing today. So this was mostly just kids' laundry and towels. So I went ahead and just sorted those for the kids. All of my big kids, my three oldest, do their own laundry. They put all of that away. So I typically will wash it, dry it, and sort it. But actually my oldest did wash and dry these clothes over the weekend. But then the day before the kids went back to school, it was Colt's birthday. So we didn't do any household chores that day. We just like hung out. We had family over, birthday party kind of thing. But it was very casual. Then while I was folding the laundry, I was watching Homestead, and she opened up her freezer and I saw these Outshine popsicles. And I thought, yes, right now we have a handful of my kids, including myself, have like sore throat, scratchy throat, and when we're sick, we love these Outshine popsicles for the kids, even for ourselves. Lots of good things in the popsicles, all fruit, no sugar, and they are so nice when you're sick to have that cool relief on your throat. So I went through and added what was too many boxes, but I typically will just add anything that I think the kids will like, and then I go back into my cart and will delete anything that has duplicates. So I ended up just adding, I think, 3 boxes of like mixed flavored options for the kids. And I know it sounds like a lot, but these boxes typically only have like 6 popsicles in them. So there are 6 of us, which means everybody could get 1 popsicle. So I added quite a few boxes just to make sure that we had enough. My kids were still sleeping, which was really weird. So I was just going to get as much done as I could. So I went ahead and unloaded my dishwasher, started reloading it with breakfast dishes, and went ahead and cleaned up the breakfast mess from at least the 2 big girls, put away my pancake mix, and I left out the extra waffles that I made for the other 2 kids and the syrup. So that way when they woke up, they could have their waffle and everything would be ready to go. Then I went ahead and switched over some more laundry, got that stuff rotated. And if you're new, we actually have 2 laundry rooms right now, one on each level of our house. We just added this laundry room. Loving it so much. While I was downstairs, I grabbed some stuff from Foodstorage because my oldest daughter asked me to make a really nice chicken noodle soup for dinner. So I pulled out my pan, anything that I needed from downstairs, and kind of got it out and ready to go because I knew I was going to run to Aldi and I wanted to have everything ready to go. So right when I got home, I could throw everything in the oven and everything would be just out and ready for me to go ahead and make that right away. Just got to Aldi. I'm already not looking super forward to it because the parking lot is so packed, and I looked to the cart corral, there's not many carts left. So it's going to be a little bit of an adventure. Grocery shopping in January is always a whole lot of fun just because everybody is on their health kick, and a lot of things that we buy monthly, as in like fresh fruits and vegetables and nuts and things like that, can sometimes be hard to find. So we're gonna see how things go over today. You guys saw this morning, I kind of sort of started my Walmart online order. Depending on how shopping goes in Aldi today, I might be adding some things to my Walmart order. I also plan on doing a small Sam's Club order just on some essential things to get stocked up on, just in case my husband were to get laid off for a couple of weeks. Then our storage is a little bit more ready to go in the household department of things, because we went through a lot of stuff through the holidays with having a lot of people over, and then also just having the kids home full time. We went through a lot of toilet paper and a lot of paper towels, which are all the things, and a lot more cleaning has been going on. So that being said, I need to stock up on a couple of those things, but I'm gonna grab my quarter. We got all of the big kids on the bus. Well, the girls got on the bus this morning, and then this afternoon we got Colt on the bus, so now it's just me and Cleo, and we're gonna run in and hopefully make this as easy as possible. But I don't know, it just depends. Sometimes people can be really polite and everybody knows that the store is packed, and we're gonna do our best to all work together to keep the aisles cleared so that people can come in and out, and sometimes it's not so much like that. So we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna see what's picked over and what's not. I have my grocery list. I did remember to bring that today. Last month I forgot it, or I lost it, so I made sure that I had it this time. So hopefully this isn't too terribly bad. So let's go shopping. Just got out of Aldi. Here's my stuff. Total came to $232. This is the part of Aldi that I dislike the most, and that is putting everything into my bags. But this is the same thing that saves you so much money at Aldi, is the fact that we do this ourselves. So it's well worth it. It's just the thing that I happen to not enjoy a whole heck of a lot, mostly because here in Wisconsin it is so cold right now, and it's just, ooh, you know what I mean? It's like, ooh, I don't really want to be doing this right now. But with little kids, I've always just loaded in my car in the parking lot, because trying to load everything into bags in the store with little kids is just, I've found, way more stressful and way more chaotic. So I will just bring the kids back out to the car, put them in the car, give them a little treat, and they kind of sit, and I will load everything in, and it's just a lot less stressful that way for me. It's an experience I'm very glad I'm done with. It was so packed. Yeah. Sing it from the rooftops, girl. We're done. That took forever. The only saving grace was the fact that Cleo did so well and she was in a really good mood. So that can make it or break it sometimes when things are packed in and lines are long. So my total came to $232.21. I picked up some stuff on sale. I tried to stick to like just Whole Foods, not a whole lot of, I don't think I got any snacky snacks, but that could change when I get home and lay things out on the table. Just, yeah, a lot of Whole Foods. We're sticking to a lot of just fruits, vegetables, because we are so sick of the Christmas junk and the candies and the sugar being Christmas time. But we also had 2 birthdays in the last 2 weeks, so it's just been a lot of stuff. Overall, not my greatest Aldi experience, but nonetheless very grateful that it's over. I got a pretty decently full cart for $200, which feels great. Lots of frozen fruit, which is something the kids requested, and it was also a little bit harder because they're rearranging things in my Aldi right now. I was talking to the cashier. A whole section of their chest freezers went out. They stopped working, so they've been rotating things around, just trying to get everything to fit. So that made it a little bit more difficult this time, but nonetheless still really good. I skipped over like 2 or 3 entire aisles just because it was so jam-packed in those aisles. I figured if there is anything I need in those aisles, I'll realize it when I get home and I'm like putting things away and rechecking my grocery list and things, and I will just add those things onto my Walmart meal plan. It's just, sometimes it's just not worth fighting with everybody else to squeeze through aisles and stuff, at least for me personally. Okay, I just finished filming all of this. It worked out really well because Cleo laid down for a nap. So I started preheating my oven right when I walked in the door with my first bag of groceries from grocery shopping. And we are going to get our chicken in here. I have this like half bag of carrots left over from last month, so we're gonna put those in there. I also went out to the garage and brought in some of my frozen celery bits. So we're gonna put those in there. And all 4 of these chicken quarters. Delicious. Okay, wonderful. Now to just give these a really quick season, and I'm gonna add some water in here to kind of make a little bit of a chicken broth. And I'm just gonna roast these. These are fresh chicken quarters. So they're not gonna take a super long time. I'm gonna use some of my homegrown oregano here. I think I'm gonna add in ever so quickly is a couple of our shallots. And then everything that I put in the roaster pan with my chicken, that's what I'm actually gonna use for the vegetables for my soup. I want them to cook in the chicken fat, in the chicken broth. I'm really trying to make this just as hearty as possible and help push myself and the kids, everybody who has a little bit of a sore throat, kind of over the hump. I added about an inch or so of water in my pan, not a ton, but we're just gonna put that right in. I have my top here I'm gonna add to this. We're just gonna let that go while we put away our groceries here. You're gonna see some of the real life stuff that's going on behind me. It's not even that bad. Just kids' toys that we got for Christmas that we're still kind of trying to find permanent homes for. But that's just, I don't even know what's up there. Some breakfast dishes that are still up there I gotta get to. How I put away groceries is pretty simple. If I have a duplicate of something, I try to figure out if I need one in the fridge. And if I do, I will put one on just kind of over here, and I'll go put that one in the fridge. And then I'm gonna grab my Aldi bag. And I'll put the other one in the Aldi bag. And I will start a bag that needs to go into the freezer. So usually what I'll do is just pick out all my freezer stuff first and start loading it into my bags, because that's just really simple and really easy. And then I'll put my freezer stuff away right away. Stuff is a pretty good example. Like I have 2 things of cheddar brats. I'm not going to use these right away, so these can both go in my freezer bag. This one is opened because Cleo wanted one, so this one can go downstairs. I already pulled out a thing of turkey. I have it defrosting. So all of this lunch meat can go downstairs. All of these berries can also go downstairs. I want these to go in my freezer. So I just kind of start taking mental notes and it'll all get there eventually. Okay, so this can go in the freezer. These can go in the freezer. I'm gonna get another Aldi bag for all of those berries, and then all of my freezer stuff should be ready to find its home in a freezer, and the rest of this cold stuff will go in the fridge. So here's another good example. I put all my freezer stuff away, came to put my mozzarella cheese in the fridge, realized I have almost a full bag in my fridge that's already opened. Now it's mostly just the little bit of leftover fridge items. These need to go in the fridge. This is fridge. So I'm gonna find homes for all of this in the fridge. If I have 2 things of cottage cheese and 2 things of ricotta cheese, I'm gonna make sure that I'm putting these in the back and my old stuff in the front so that I know that I still have them in there. That can be a hard thing with once a month grocery shopping is because I only have one fridge, which is this one, which I desperately want to replace. It's just, I don't have one nice thing to say about this fridge, if I'm being honest. The quality is terrible. We replaced this well, my husband a handful of years ago, I think 3 years ago, replaced every appliance in the kitchen for me as like a gift. Once I started getting really deep diving into like making things from scratch and doing all the preserving things, he wanted me to have some better stuff because they were pretty old. They were kind of on their last leg anyway. So he got me this fridge, and all of these crispers, or what would you call these, like shelves, this one is like completely cracked all the way through. And if you just like hit this door a little too hard, not even where the shelf is, just the door itself, even if there's nothing in the crisper, it will fall, and it's cracked and it just shatters everywhere. Like this came originally, I think, with 4 of these. We're down to 2 because they completely shattered and we had to get rid of them. Every single door, these are crispers, every single crisper in this fridge is cracked and completely destroyed. The tracks that they run on to like open and close are also broken. So they like, this one wiggles. If you open it too far, like the whole shelf wiggles. Here, let me show you. In my fridge, like I completely took this drawer out. There's a whole drawer that's supposed to go here. And I completely took it out because these are just completely severed and snapped. And you would think that these are under warranty, right? Nope, they're not. We paid for the warranty and none of that stuff is covered under warranty, which is terrible. Here, you can see this. Like, it's just completely shattered, and it's not from like the kids or anybody being like too rough on it. They just, you grab it here, and if you push a little too hard putting it away, it just cracks, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So I would love to replace this, put it in the garage, use it as extra storage, and just get something new here. Even the freezer, you guys, the ice machine's broken. That's also not covered under the warranty. Sometimes I really like that I only have one fridge because everything's in here. I don't have to like search around for things. But it can be hard when you want a once-a-month grocery shop and you're trying to fit everything in here. It can be a hair tight sometimes. Another thing is, because we go through so many fresh fruits and vegetables, usually we can fit a whole month's worth of apples and oranges in the bottom crisper here. So I will take out all of last month's stuff. This month I only have 3 oranges left, and I'll make sure that I'm putting the new stuff in the bottom of the crisper, and then I'll put these new oranges on, or these old oranges on top of the new apples. That way the old stuff is getting eaten first and the newer stuff is in the bottom. So everything is put away minus the chicken broth that I need for dinner tonight. I'm just gonna leave it here for now. But if I have extra things like this that need to go downstairs on the storage shelf, I just leave them here, and when my husband comes home, he just grabs them and puts them away for me. So this month it's nothing super crazy. It was a small haul. I only have the 2 egg noodles and an extra bag of tortilla chips. That's it. So, and then he'll also bring down whatever of these chicken broths I have left over after I make supper. I can imagine I'll have at least 1 left over, so there's that. But he'll take care of this for me, put it on the storage shelf. And it can be really exhausting, but I'm always really happy when I'm done. Once a month grocery shopping, it doesn't take me any extra time in the grocery store. I know that sounds crazy, but it really doesn't. I have gone into the store with people just shopping around me. They're probably shopping for a week. They only have a handful of things in their cart. They could even just be going in for like a little bit of a refill, and I will still be in the checkout line at the same time as them, and I don't have to go back in for a whole nother month. Plus, it's just a little bit of food security. I don't have to worry about it. Everything's there. It takes the mental load off of it. I honestly cannot imagine grocery shopping once a week or even once every 2 weeks. It just sounds, I don't even know how. I just don't know. I would not like it at all. So there's that. Everything's put away, everything's taken care of, and now I am basically just going to sit down, kind of recheck my meal plan, scroll Walmart's grocery app on my phone and place my Walmart pickup order either for tomorrow or the next day, just depending on how my life goes, right? So I'm just gonna double check things, make sure that I got everything I needed now that I put everything away, I looked at it, And I'm just gonna take one last check at my meal plan, but I'm gonna go sit down on the couch, put my feet up, get a big glass of ice water, and just kind of sit and relax between Cleo napping and waiting for my big kids to get off the bus. Dinner's already working, so I just don't have a lot of things I have to worry about right this second, which is great. Sometimes I have to wait to do this until later in the day, like after all my kids are in bed, but because I have the time now, I'm gonna do it. Sometimes it's important to just go back and double check the meal plan, especially because sometimes there are things that you think you're gonna get at Aldi, but because I put everything in my grocery cart at Walmart, I can tell that, nope, it was a better price at Aldi, so I got it there, or nope, it's a better price at Walmart, because I just checked, and instead of getting it at Aldi, I'll make sure that I still have it in my grocery order, or add it to my grocery order if I need to do that. So I'm gonna take a look at my cart pretty quick. Right now my Walmart total is sitting at $280.24, and then with my Aldi haul coming to $230, that's putting me right at $500, which means I would be in my grocery budget for the month of $550. But on months when I go to Sam's Club, it's a little bit more. So I'm just gonna double check some things, make sure that I have everything that I want. Right off the bat, I'm seeing some ziti noodles. That was one thing that I typically would have gotten at Aldi, but because the aisles were just super crammed, that must have been something that I skipped over. Not an issue. I'm gonna add it to my cart, but this is why we double check. I planned on making tater tot casserole. I don't have any tater tots, so we're gonna add tater tots to the list here, and I'm just gonna get a small bag, enough to do the meal that I need it for. I said that I was gonna do ravioli and salad. I am well within my grocery budget. I could add the raviolis to my cart, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'll just make them from scratch instead. It's been a long time since I've made fresh pasta anyways. I used to be in a really good habit of that for I think a year and a half. We didn't buy any pasta from the store at all. I made it all, and I've just fallen out of the habit of it. And to be quite honest, I'm not in the season either to like hop back into making fresh pasta all the time. So I think I'm going to stick to my store-boughts, and then I will slowly start to get back into that habit of making some fresh pastas. So maybe the ravioli will be that, just kind of like slowly getting into the routine of making the pastas. But I also stopped making a lot of fresh pastas because my chickens aren't laying very well, and you need eggs for pasta. So no, I'm starting to wonder, should I just, I'm going to add the raviolis to my cart here, because I just convinced myself I don't want to have to use eggs are a hot commodity around here right now, especially now that we're buying them. So I don't want to have to use my eggs that I'm paying for. They're not just like coming plentiful out of the coop right now. So I am going to add that ravioli to the cart. I think that's it. So after double checking, I'm glad I double checked. I'm going to go to my cart now. After adding those couple of items, my total is sitting at $290. So we added $10 worth of items. Not too bad, but I do want to make sure I'm going through here, because one thing I can't remember if I added or not was cuties. Okay, I do have clementines in the cart, which is good. We've been going through a lot of cuties lately because they're really good this time of year, and all of the vitamin C and everything has really been helping everybody, especially when, you know, when you're a little bit sick and you don't always feel like eating. A lot of the times those little cuties are cold, they feel nice on the throat. So we've been going through quite a few of those recently. Get everything set. So I'm just going to set this for a pickup, and after that my groceries will be completely ready to go for an entire month. I'm not gonna have to worry about grocery shopping again. I'm not gonna have to worry about meal planning, I'm just gonna stick this to my cork board, and every day we will pick, or I will pick something off of this menu to make for the day. And all of my brain power, I don't have to worry about it anymore for an entire month, basically until the end of the month when it's time to meal plan and grocery shop for February. So that is completely done. Here's what supper is looking like at this point. I just pulled out our really nice chicken with all of our delicious vegetables in here. Just dumped in our egg noodles. Once my egg noodles are done, I'm going to drain them. Leave my noodles in the strainer in the sink for a minute. We're going to shred our chicken, dump in all of this really nice broth, all the vegetables right into this pot here. Dump in some more chicken stock, add our noodles back in, stir it up. I think I might grab a jar of just carrots off of the canning shelf to add to the soup, to just add a little bit of extra something to it. And that's gonna be dinner tonight. Super simple, super easy, and that's really going to be it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, making a really quick dinner, grocery shopping, doing some laundry, just catching up a little bit after the holiday, slowly getting into the new year and back into a schedule. I hope wherever you are, you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in another one. Bye.